No, just text. Just text.
Just text. It's stupid.
It's stupid, but it's simple and a solution.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome to presentations. So for your viewing pleasure, today this hackathon has shipped an email-accessible research assistant, a Twitter-based fact-checking agent for any tweet, an automated investment system, a making report and presentation single-shot generator, an AI agent that helps factories repair machines, an agent to set up your daily meetings, a ScreenPipe agent for executive improvement, ScreenPiping a LinkedIn bot for automating your LinkedIn comments, production-ready Restack code generation for Cursor and Copilot, and finally, last but not least, AI agents that can decide what context and tools to use before trying to answer your questions. So congratulations to all of you for producing these projects. We're opening it up with the Email Research Assistant. Let's hear it for Assam and Skylar. Woo! Woo!
Thank you.
Did you post it in the Slack?
Yeah.
So
Skylar, I think, posted an email in Slack, but you can, if not, let's share the screen here. Email this, and this is where our bot is at. It's running on a pretty small server, and it's my personal OpenAI key, so please be like a little considerate. But the idea behind this bot was make it, actually, Skylar, go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. It's a virtual email assistant to assist users in non-technical open protocol environments to be able to easily access ChatGPT. And so you can ask it external questions such as like customer pricing or market research. It can help you with negotiations. It ingests the entire email thread and can automatically respond on your behalf. So this is like the base or framework for more powerful iterations.
Cool. And then on the technical side, we're just running a fast API server that uses another sort of shameless plug. I built this like REST API for bot email tool use for agents. So it takes in emails via webhook, reads them, uses Exa for web search, OpenAI for summarizing and processing that, and then also uses the same tool to send out emails. So you can keep replying back and forth and get the information you need without having to log into another system. You can invite other people into the thread. They can also see it. So it's a combination of all of those.
Can you demo use yourself real quick so we can see?
Yes. I was going to ask, does anyone want to come up and share their screen and demo?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Awesome.
Massimo.
When you mean I love to, you mean you love to. What?
So the idea is just so do I just send this email to the bot, or do I send an email? Do I write an email to the bot?
Just write it, yeah.
Any email for every check.
Yeah. It's AGI_house_hack at inbox.botmailroom.com.
Wee! It works in French.
Yeah, I guess. Is it like an abstract research question, business research question?
So like one thing I did is like, I want to attend Python conferences in the next year. Like, give me a list of 2025 Python conferences in a table or something like that.
I see. Is it in the title or in the body?
But title, you can put like new tasks. Essentially. truth. Let's read some circle
We're starting.
Yeah.
Should I just read about it? Has anyone already gotten a response from the email?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to read out what you got? Requested or you
Yeah, so I asked, you want me to show? Or did you get the answer?
Yeah, I see yours. Yours is one in French.
Yeah, I also asked it in French, and make a table, edit stuff.
Yeah, I see all the. I don't see the German.
Is it queued up? Like, am I...
Yeah, maybe you DDoS or something.
No.
Try one more time.
No, I just want to make sure it's set. Yeah, do not copy that.
Sorry, I didn't mean to break it. So I asked it, are you there? What can you do? And it said, yes, I'm here. I can assist you with scheduling stuff. And I said, what research can you do? I said, oh, a bunch of stuff. Industry, market. And then I said, okay, answer me in French. Pretty good French. Better than my French. And then I said, okay, what about you make a table of all the AI agentic frameworks? And then it kind of continues to do it in French. These are not agentic frameworks, but it's really good French. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I don't know where it gets the information from, but it's really good.
Cool.
Thanks. Next up.
So wait, if you go check out the News of Truth Twitter, you'll see that we had a ton of usage and responses and just got rate limited. So I'm going to push us down by a few slots until the rate limiting dies down. I request that you guys stop making requests for the next like 5 minutes so that our rate limit can be unset. Thank you very much. Some production issues. And so in that case, up next is Auto Investor. So I'm glad that VHO has created an automated investment with an AI agent that's here for the future of AI investment.
Hi folks, but we do need a volunteer. Someone who will play with our boss. Thank you. Who wants to volunteer and try to make me bankrupt? Oh, there is nothing funnier than okay, come on here. Let me see. How can I? Let me give you a 2-second spiel. So backend, it's on GitHub. Anyone can deploy the same copy that will show you have two things. 2 access points. One point is a pipeline that can do auto trading for you. Another chatbot. So imagine this is a chatbot is like your Robinhood account. You can ask what you already own. You can place limit trades, limit buy, limit sells. You can ask whatever you want. So give it a shot. The markets are closed today, so I really hope that.
What markets can it trade on?
It's I think it's Nasdaq, so it's using Alpaca under the hood. I think they're using like several ones.
Like no crypto or?
Alpaca does use crypto,
It's
but
just whatever Alpaca.
not exactly because so. As in the morning, the presenter was saying, you need to chunk everything as predictable working chunks.
Yeah.
So right now, we only enabled options, stocks, buy, sell, limit orders, very small chunks that actually can be predictable, deciphered, and executed. Crypto, not yet.
That's fine.
I got bankrupt because it's expensive. Okay, yeah, but you actually can ask what are your portfolios and things like that. So go ahead, try. Imagine you have a portfolio. Just ask what do you have in the portfolio, something like that, or how much purchasing power you have. $1,000 to. No, it doesn't have the functionality to move money. It's like literally your. 5 people. Yeah. Yes, you need to be very specific in terms like buy Apple or place a limit order or tell me how much purchasing power I have or tell me purchasing power that I have or what is my portfolio because it does have some portfolio already because we do have one quant that actually using that financial advice. You're really trying to.
Stock market transaction.
Yeah, but at least one related request ask is portfolio or something, so it will actually call the backend. Like for example, ask what is my portfolio. Okay. Interesting what it will respond to these specific requests. Okay, so it's longer because now it's trying to chunk it and sub actions, do something. Hopefully it have not died. Yeah, there's actually a lot of options as you can see here. Some of them really bad, some of them not. Right? Almost -100% on some of them, but overall portfolio have +23%. This is real, by the way. This is absolutely real. I can open Alpaca and show you because as I said, one of the traders using it, you can place a sell or limit buy because market is closed. They will be able to go to the backend and cancel it anyway. But you can say limit buy for Apple with particular price and it will execute. Again, by the way, this is all on GitHub. You can deploy it. You can use it. You just need to replicate. Yeah. More? Do you want to play more?
Buy stocks.
Buy Nvidia. Yes. Yeah. Okay. As you might expect, how many? Yes. Because anyway, just use it. It will not allow you to do a lot of crazy things. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it must sometimes that gets really boring, but eventually it will ask you to specify a very specific limit price, very specific.
Sufficient buying
You can ask how much buying power it has, by the way. Yes,
that's really funny.
Because it is insufficient. I think it's maybe like 3K or 4K that left there. So. Okay, so. We can, if you want, we can start here just time-wise, and I will show just one more thing. But yes, thank you for helping showcasing this. And just a very quick second application that also deployed right now on the backend. It's a pipeline, because you can talk to the agent, you can deploy a pipeline, and this is created by one of the investor guy. Very simple strategy, not for the sake of actually earning money, but for the sake of make sure that this is reliable and consistently working to check the frameworks. You can send these small messages and it will execute it exactly as you've seen. Reliable, we currently have more than 99% success rate on execution of the function call under all circumstances, and we started with like 60%, which is all everyone who tried to deploy agents in production knows, especially when you have more than several hundred requests per the pipeline, it's a nightmare. Now it works very, very reliably. Again, because you can talk to the agent, you can do pipelines like that, deploy it. And this one deployed in production right now on one of the servers in the cloud. You can clone it, you can do your own strategy and use it. Do you want to add anything, my friend? You've been silent.
Try, just try.
That's perfect. Thank you, folks. Use a microphone and look. Oh. Thank you.
So, do we have lucky member of the audience who would like to demo the Muse of Truth? Well, actually, let's do something slightly more chaotic. We're all going to demo Muse of Truth simultaneously. So this is actually a collaboration between myself and Jamie Joyce, who's also here.
Hey everyone.
Jamie.
Whoa.
Not the motion this time. Okay, Jamie, would you like to explain some of the inspiration behind Muse of Truth?
Sure. So, hey everyone, my name is Jamie. I'm the executive director of the Society Library. It's a nonprofit collective intelligence institute. And, for many years, manually, actually, we've been pioneering this method for the sincere inquiry into truth at the civilization scale. So if you go to our website, you'll see a lot of information about deliberation graphs, because we've created an ontology to actually model collective knowledge towards inquiring into truth and optimal policymaking by structuring it into this debate-like ontology. And in the past couple of years, we've been automating as much as we possibly can with artificial intelligence. And so what happened today is that Jeremy had accessed one of our internal tools. We've never released this publicly because we're constantly iterating and refining, but once upon a time we created this little fact-checking AI model. It essentially breaks down claims and checks the assertions and renders a judgment of sorts. And Jeremy has worked to bring that, to merge that with some like agentic like capabilities and bring it to X. So it's in a way advancing our mission of democratizing the ability to access tools and information to inquire into truth. So this particular tool can be used on X, and you can call the Muse of Truth. And of course, this is version 1, and we haven't tinkered with our fact-checking API for a while. So thanks to Jeremy's efforts, we're going to definitely be looking at it again and updating it with the latest of what we've learned about how to prompt these LLMs that we're working with and fine-tuning to result in more optimal results. But it's a wonderful first pass at this. And Jeremy, thank you so much for taking our tooling and democratizing it so that more people can access it beyond just our internal use to create our own libraries.
Okay, so thank you, Jamie, for the chaos. The intent is to have everyone find a tweet on Twitter in the next 3 minutes and at Muse of Truth. So here's a response to an Elon Musk tweet. The Muse of Truth will consider what Elon has to say, run it by reputable sources, and give Elon a little bit of feedback. So let's see how well the Muse does. I'm going to kickstart this loop. Hopefully we don't get rate limited again. I had to take us out of prod because of Twitter rate limits, so wish me luck.
And then also it's just tagging Muse of Truth or Muse of Truth check. What's the command again?
I like that you called it human AI.
Yeah. But he knows
If I already tweeted at it, should I retweet after we run this?
No, don't.
Okay.
It will basically it has like long memory about.
Like it'll recheck.
Yeah, any kind of
Jupiter.
Cool.
And Jeremy, just checking, they only have to say Muse of Truth, not Muse of Truth check, like the command.
All they have to do is add mention the Muse of Truth, and there will be a fact check incoming.
Okay.
Oh, we have a follower as well. Okay, so I'm not on the account, so I can't see add mentions quite yet. But seems like okay, we are live, so fact checks incoming. Okay, so the fact checks have begun to roll in. Let's take a new look at the replies. Okay, Elon Musk, to improve the economy, which is output of useful products and services. We need to shift people from low to negative productivity jobs in government to high productivity jobs in the private sector. This is what really matters on a fundamental level. What does the Muse of Truth have to say? The claim that we have to shift people from low to negative productive jobs in the private sector, which will improve the true economy, is partially supported by the evidence, but it's more nuanced than the claim suggests. The evidence indicates that high public sector employment can indeed lower overall productivity by reallocating resources from the private to public sector, which is often less productive. And it cites one, in this case, the effect of public sector jobs on the economy from the world of labor. And then goes on to argue that productivity growth is only beneficial if it translates into growth in goods and services and households consume, which is not guaranteed by merely shifting employment sectors, sourcing the productivity pay gap from the Economic Policy Institute. As you can tell, it goes on to cite a number of other relatively few sources, but let's take a look to see who else. Oh, Chamath. Whew. Chamath making some big claims about how pathetically bad Canadian DEI policy is. Someone mentioned the Muse of Truth. Can't quite see who it was, but it was you. Oh, cool. Oh, no way. Well, yeah, now you perhaps have an ally if you are on the side of the truth. So the claim that Canadians' preference for war and present DEI nonsense as well as negative consequences is not directly supported by the evidence. Claim mining results do not address this DEI impact directly, the quotes primarily just. So in part, this is like a failure to find sources, to be clear.
The graph is falsified, actually.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
He
there's
changed- the labels are changed. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I found that out later. Yeah.
Oh, that's horrifying.
It's fake graph.
All in there, man. All in. Yeah, I guess Jake Hal and David already have plenty on them, so why not round it out with some dirt on Jamal? But yeah, anyway, anyone who replied to the Muse of Truth will ostensibly receive a response in the near future. So, to the future of the Truther.
Thank you all for giving the opportunity for this tool to come to life today in this hackathon.
Thanks, Jake. See ya.
Okay, bye everyone.
She's not here.
Okay. That was a Twitter-centric fact-checking agent. Up next is Shoot AI, making a report and presentation.
Okay.
One shoot. Let's hear it for Yoshi, Ken, and Ozaza.
You can do full screen on the bottom right. Right?
So, hello everyone, I'm Yoshi and from Sure AI. And the Sure AI is this pen of it. Like in Japan, the manager is the like force the employee for the you have to make a document after the meeting for like sign up for meeting or like a no work to make a kind of document, but they force to do every like a routine task. So our team is like Mr. Hiroaki and Ken and Yoshi and we make it to solve this problem. Right, look at this. This is like before we solve, like first like meeting your boss and memorization for like taking note, and after then like they say like how to make it the document for the like sum up the meeting. But like we have to, but like the employee is the little bit like break the streamline to like action. Then after that they started to make a draft presentation documentation, and but the deadline is really closes, so like 4 and 5 hours to make it like just looks like well, and the summarization and the report to you them bosses, but this is no like no way too late to write the document. So I will solve this problem for so these tasks is turned for one shot for our AI system. And our backend for using the prototype with using the DeFi for like connecting to like AI for several AI and like getting our the data from our database and put some the answer for good presentation. And demo case is like some for like that I mentioned it there, and the input data for like in the database is like this. So more like specific for the task set is included. Yeah, like this. So let's start it like demo. Yes. Could you check me? Yeah. So right. So here is the like a document, like a transcript for the after a meeting, like using the whisper model or kind of like a transcript model. Then put here some like a transcript. So let's start it. So right. So first, AI is take data from the like these of the inputted. Then like the workflow is like that I mentioned like backend is started to working now, and the few minutes, not few minutes, like we have to wait few time, and yeah, AI is working harder. Yeah, they work harder. It's no joke. It's no joke. Oh yeah. So AI is working like this, then like making the getting taxes and making the report. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. And we can make a PowerPoint for like their manager to like, oh, it's okay. You good job. But like, yeah. So now it's already created a PowerPoint. Yep. So AI created the report and also the PowerPoint, like in order to more easily to convince their managers. So like these days, like Japanese company forced to make like that with no words for like just making the document. But Sure AI is solve the problem for more better the time to create the other of the tasks. Thank you so much.
Very cool. Any question? Comments? Okay.
that was the creation of reports and presentations in one shot from Shoot AI. Up next, from our very own Kyle Morris, a ScreenPipe agent for executive improvement. Let's hear it for Kaizen.
방문사에서 기운이 와세를 받으면서 어머나
So I think I should be honest and say that this is far from the production-ready app that I want it to be. It is technically installable and usable, but it's so far from like what I think would make money that I think it's worth noting that. So I'm gonna talk through kind of like what the learning experience was in going through this. So my goal was to build a tool that will read all of your audio, all of your screen, like everything from the app, from the mic, everything, ingest it into a database, extract it into LLMs, and then point out trends in how you behave day to day and give you feedback on how to improve as an executive. So fully like end to end. And my goal was to do this from scratch, and I radically underestimated like how much work that was. So funny thing that happened is midday, I found this tool called ScreenPipe. So I spent the first 4 hours of my day writing scripts to record your screen and then try to pass it to OpenAI and get like rate limited and like all this stuff. And then I tried to look up like, is there like a library that does it? I found ScreenPipe, and it just so happened that the founder of ScreenPipe is right there. completely out of the blue. Like totally, absolutely out of the blue. I tweeted about this today because I was like, I scrolled down and I saw this, and I was like, wait a sec, I just saw this guy. And so I walked upstairs, and I was like, he's in my house. Okay, great. So, so then basically, we started talking about how do I integrate into ScreenPipe. So he's built a lot of the ingestion engine, and where it effectively got, if I go to local, I have the GitHub link of how to install it, but I'm going to kind of walk through. It's really far from, again, the assistant we want. But what happens is it reads everything from my computer, everything I'm doing, all my journals, every screen I'm on, every page, everything I'm saying right now. And it stores it in a bunch of databases, which basically have everything I have. It's all running local in Olama. And then the goal was I want to start ingesting it with ChatGPT. So I spent the next 2 hours on that, fumbling with, again, more rate limits, more stuff there. I think actually a thing that stood out to me is that a SDK level for all OpenAI calls, I think Light LLM is trying to do this, but I think there's a lot of work to improve on it. Like basically integrating LLM calls and just naturally having your code work is really non-trivial right now. Because for example, my previous projects were from C++ and then Python, and this was using Next. And so all of my boilerplate code, everything was gone, and I had to rewrite stuff for Next. So the cool thing though with ScreenPipe is what ended up happening is I made this thing called a pipe, and basically I spent my day integrating into Matthew's platform and launching this thing called Exec Coach, which if you install ScreenPipe, which is Matthew's, again, be clear, this is not a sponsor, just like literally found his tool, which is kind of funny. That's why he's going next. If you go and install ScreenPipe, there is a section where you can then install pipes, these plugins. And so he built the tech to do a lot of the screen capture and stuff. We spent most of our day just like bug fixing, doing like UX improvements on like it's not working. So out of the box, and we fixed and like talked through a lot. But eventually you'll be able to, you can find my Git repo attached in the spreadsheet, and you can install it as a pipe, which is Exec Coach. And then what that does is like when you install a pipe, we'll do demo mode and see if I can install any of these right now. When you install a pipe, essentially it embeds a Next.js app within the desktop app, so you don't need Next and the whole ecosystem. Let me know if I'm getting this incorrect, but my understanding is the desktop app will actually run an XJS app, which is what a pipe is. So you can build something that reads their database, scans your Obsidian files. Somebody actually had been trying to do this. I'm going to work on it. And then you basically open his desktop app. You have your Next.js app, which in my case will be this. Where is it? This localhost abomination. But then within the desktop app, you can start. My goal is to. I basically, I need to pass all this into. I'm trying not to scroll because it has on my literally diary everything. So I'm going to pass this into ChatGPT. The next step is somehow figuring out how to process this just behemoth amount of data, which I didn't expect, and find trends and then output just like, I want to be able to, the value prop is open this page and immediately get feedback on like your latest 12 hours and just say like 3 bullet points, nice and simple, like superhuman style. So that's it. Yeah, TLDR is like load handling and like rate limiting in the LLM layer is like a real pain because it's not consistent across languages. And when you find these errors, you have to go debug traces and the tooling changes everywhere. And so I think that was like a core problem I identified that I think a dev tool would be cool to have. Anyway, that's it. Can I answer questions? Hopefully I didn't have anything like incriminating on the screen.
Yeah, what UI do you think would be ideal rather than going to this page? For example, a proactive UI or like.
Yeah, so I was even more ambitious this morning. I wanted it to be audio. I wanted a voice to speak at you. So while you're just using your computer, it's like, hey, Kyle.
Don't spend too much time on this.
Well, yeah, just like you're on Facebook an awful lot. Like you remember your goals, but like again, there's so many ways that everything you're doing can get funneled into something useful. So you quickly get stuck with just like the feedback is it says the same thing every 2 minutes, and like for this to be a consumer use case, it needs to actually be like an executive post, and like that last mile of like it feels like useful insight is so far still. So, but I think it's still it's possible. It's just like there's some distillation layer that there was very little tooling on how to deal with that. Like if you ingest 5 terabytes of text and you need LLMs to query on it, like there's vector databases, but that's like traditional search. I want like complex summarization and everything. So maybe we should your book stuff might actually be like a good comparison. But that's generative, not reading. So yeah.
Yeah, fascinating.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Up next, we have LinkedIn automation via ScreenPipe from Matthew. It's here for Matthew. Congrats on the last and this project.
Thank you, Kyle, for the introduction. So yeah, let's see if it works for anyone. So you basically need to go to ScreenPipe. It's the name of the website. And the first field you're going to see is like get the download link. You just input your email, get the download link, and once you get and download the pipe, you download the ScreenPipe, and then you need to scan the QR code to get the link to the pipe that I developed today. So you can upload it to the desktop app. And so the reason it's this way is because we want to be like privacy first. So user data doesn't leave user computer, and you need to deploy everything to the user computer, and so you don't have any backend. You just need to build like a Next.js app that is going to be linked to the user device. In the meantime, I can show you what the tool does. The tool that I did today. So it's as you can see, it's like a desktop window. So it's Next.js running inside the desktop window. And what it does, it launches Chrome in the debugging mode. This is another reason why I need the desktop application, because I cannot do this through like web. Let's see if it works. So it opens my LinkedIn, and since it's my Chrome, I'm already logged in. so we don't have to ask user any credentials. I don't know why it's slow. Probably everyone is downloading ScreenPipe.
Yeah, the internet got super slow like 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, so it's loading and it takes a while. Still loading. Okay, yeah, and you can see the pipe identified that I'm logged in. Good, good. So it captured from the feed that I'm logged in. If I wasn't logged in, it would ask me to log in and yeah. So one button, I already pressed one button. So it basically starts to harvest your new connections. So it's like harvesting connection on autopilot, and I ran out of limit today. So it sends 35 connection requests. So you ask, I want to connect with like everyone from OpenAI, and it will like spam them with the connection requests. But then it will recall the connection request and send a new one, and like until you just like run out of energy. And yeah, another thing that I've built is so I use LinkedIn to request introductions, and I test ran it already. So it's basically going to send so I'm giving a link to my second grade connections that I want to be introduced to. And I told the bot to click on the mutual connections and write them a personalized message based on their profile. Let's see if it works. And by the way, it's not blocking your computer, so it runs in its own environment, even though it's in the foreground, but it can be also minimized, and you can still work on some other stuff if you want to. Okay. Yeah, it's really slow. But it's doing something. It's doing something. Okay, so as you can see, it goes to the search results. Yeah, I think it's because everyone is downloading ScreenPipe.
Is it all calling the same server? Is that an issue?
Yeah. No. And the internet, we just...
Oh, the web's just slow.
The Wi-Fi just...
I see.
So I tested it before. It runs like you wouldn't replicate this like at human level because like it's so snappy. So here I use LLM for two use cases. First, once I scrape the profile, I create a personalized message. These are my prompts. I know just, so this is my generic prompt, hard-coded to ask for introduction. And this is like appraisal prompt. Give me one sentence summary. As an appraisal, make it look like a message to a friend. More factual, make it shorter. Yeah, good. And it works. So it sends this like appraisal messages, and then it waits for the reply back. And once the reply is received, it's asking for the introduction. Okay, look at that. We are on Malika page. I'm gonna break it. Okay.
Try to wrap up.
Yeah, I think hopefully it will it worked.
You can show some of the messages it sent in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So I already ran it. So these are the profiles that were visited. So you can see the Malika was just visited. And we have a task that we need to get an introduction to Malika. And then some of the tasks were already completed. And you can see the number of messages. And so from Marine, I need 3 introductions. And they're going to be scheduled in sequence. Yeah, this is to visit, and these are visited. Good. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much.
Question?
Yeah.
So if it's on ScreenPipe, like, could you show your code, like, when you code these tasks and they get saved into a database or a step, and is it the same database as ScreenPipe, or do you need to use something else?
So I use just inside this Next.js app, you can create a state document,
Okay.
like JSON file.
So in that case, it's on the browser state. It's in client side.
Oh, it's all in the client. Yeah, this is like our requirement that everything stays on the client.
And so
so they trust us.
If I close ScreenPipe and so it cannot run, it cannot continue, right? If I
Yeah. So this is the state. So this is the messages that were harvested.
Yeah, cool.
And these are the connections failed. And this is for files. Yeah, it's like probably like 100K. Yeah. And this is the state. So you create like visited profiles and then actions, what needs to be done, and then scheduled messages. And so the main idea is that right now the flow is hard-coded, the messages are AI generated, but I created all functions as tools, as files.
Mm-hmm.
So the next step would be to just come up with a new workflow and just explain it in natural language. I actually practiced it already. It does like 85% of like does something. It's not fully there. I need to add more tools here, but I think it's doable. I think if you have the human in the loop, like non-technical user, who's like, oh, this didn't work, X, Y, and Z, Y, and like just debug it, self-heal it. I think it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Yeah. So $99 only today, special discount. Or you can build it from source, like Kyle, and it's gonna take you 3 hours. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So that is an agent in production on LinkedIn. Beware. Live and dangerous. Up next, from Jose and Rodrigo, we have an AI agent that will repair factory machines. Let's hear it for industrial AI.
Where do we go to get ScreenPipe for $99?
Hey guys. So we built industrial AI, which is an AI agent that helps factories repair their machines by basically going through their entire documentation of past issues that have happened with the machines, the machine manuals themselves,
all the huge pile of documents that factories already have. The agent can go through them and reason a new issue and why it's happening, and provide the engineers and the technicians with the information they need to fix it faster.
Yeah, so we both have worked in the manufacturing industry, and we have seen these problems firsthand, where we've been working and, you know, a machine that you own goes down and you just go and repair it, or maybe you don't know what's going on and you have to find information and it takes you a while, and then you find out that it had already happened before you were even there. So if you just had known that, you could have repaired it way faster and saved the company a couple $1,000, even tens of thousands of dollars in downtime. So yeah, we noticed this problem and we decided to take the management for our own hands. So yeah.
Do you need a volunteer?
Yeah, we would like to have someone try it out. If anyone, I'm just gonna be waiting until someone. So.
It's
Watch out, he's gonna ask real stuff.
so the demo is live also on the website. So basically the tech stack on here is we're doing processing the documents. We have a processing pipeline to get the documents embedded in a way where we can easily find them for the AI agent to easily find it. It's basically doing RAG over an agentic workflow, and then yes, we already loaded it up with.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. We loaded it up with some sample data. Yeah, loaded it up with some sample data from one of our potential customers that we are working with, and in this case, so it finds the part number that it's asking for, brings you the document, highlights the specific part in this case. That's it
You have
for.
a certain fault in your machine and you don't know what it is. Instead of having to actually go and look at it, you just ask for it. It's gonna bring it right up and highlight it, tell you kind of what it is and what the specs are and everything.
Yep. And then next steps is continuing to build upon the agentic side of the product. So currently the agents are fairly simple. They're just processing the query, finding the most effective way to retrieve what the user is looking for. But we have already experimented with different ways of having more complex workflows of searching through several documents sequentially, finding information from the first one, and guiding the agent towards finding a specific thing, because our users, our customers, need to look through several layers of documents, finding the information they need. This is something that we can have agents do instead of these people, and it's also multimodal as well, so you can also handle video data or images, audio.
How do you handle video data? Do you use like keyframes, or do you like literally look at every frame of the video?
Right now we're mostly looking, by just looking at the transcript, you can get a lot of so in that case it pulls up. So it pulls up the video for that specific question. And the thinking is that the experienced people that work at these factories can just record a video of an issue that they're having and dump their thinking onto the video, and then just someone 3 years later can just ask a question, and if that specific piece of information was in the video, it will get pulled up. So yeah, that's industrial AI. Do you guys have any questions? Cool. Thank you, guys.
Actually, I wanted to ask you a question. Would it work also if the description of the problem is not very specific? If it's not like an error code, like the machine's running rough and there are vibrations, for example?
Yeah. So that's where we want to start getting like a more complex workflow where the agent can sort of think like, okay, this is the initial question, like it's running rough or we have high vibrations. It will look to see if there is mention of that, like specific mention of that anywhere in the knowledge base. But if there isn't, then maybe we can, okay, from there break it down into potential causes, start looking for those, so that kind of thing.
Maybe buy NVIDIA stocks.
How much?
Congratulations to Industrial AI. Code generation evaluation. Let's hear it for Dimitri. Thank you.
Yeah, very good. No, we built already.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, for this hackathon, I wanted to explore how SWE Bench could help with Kubernetes issues on the GitHub. What is SWE Bench is benchmark to solve different issues on the GitHub. You can see the public repositories like Django, Matplotlib, PyLint, PyTest, and percentage how many issues were resolved by state-of-the-art LLMs. And the leaderboard for today is the following. We have 2 closed source models and closed source agents resolved 48 and 47 in the light mode, in the verified mode 55 and 54, and the closest open source model is OpenHANS, and I decided to explore how it works. This is issues on Kubernetes, and for like to deploy OpenHANS, I was using local installation, and I started from DeepSeek model, but unfortunately configuration of OpenHANS doesn't allow to change the max input tokens for this model, and I encountered the issue with this model length is less than you are passing, and I switched to Llama model 3.1 instruct, and for simple example like write Python script, it works well, but it requires multiple iterations with different tools, and at the end it produces some result. For question about script to check if the script is string is palindrome, it spent OpenWriter spent a lot of iterations, but it's completed this task. It's managed to complete this task, and I decided to check how it will work with Kubernetes, but unfortunately Llama 3.1 didn't get to the result. It's tried to download some configuration and it stuck at the end. I attempted one more, and you can see the attempts here. Like it was trying to go to the Kubernetes public issues, but I didn't provide a GitHub token, and it started to write different scripts how to pull issues from the GitHub using GitHub API. Yeah, and at the end it stuck because stuck in loop. So the summary, I can say that the Llama 3.1 is not ready for solving Kubernetes issues, but I hope that if we solve these two pull requests by humans, then we will be able to use DeepSeek version 2 with limited input context. Thank you. Any questions?
Is this a downloadable and usable as yet?
Yeah, you can use instructions in OpenHands, but my contribution here was just discover issues on the GitHub, and I tried multiple variants how to run OpenHands using Docker containers, but I think almost all instructions with Docker are not working, and they require maintenance. Thank you.
Very cool.
Up next is something I know we all know will one day be huge. An AI agent for your daily meeting. We have a link to a real-time meeting assistant. Let's hear it for the practical application from Kazuki, real-time meeting assistant.
Good evening, this is Kazuki from SoftBank.
Okay, this side.
Good evening, this is Kazuki from SoftBank. Tonight, let me introduce real-time meeting assistant I came up with and developed in this hackathon. Firstly, I'm not good at listening and speaking English, but do my best. And I developed this system from scratch in 3 hours and 30 minutes, but all by myself. And I'm not engineer, but I'm no-code engineer, so I cannot write the code, but I can create a product by using no-code tool. I love two no-code tools, Bubble.io and NADN. Bubble.io is a full stack web app building tool, and NADN is integration platform as a service. My product concept is assistant tool for your daily meetings. Please imagine that meeting time, and this is my product web application. And this product needs to connect with the wearable device to gathering and recording voice in the meeting. please imagine in a meeting, you have many tasks in the meeting. Where can we find the document? And we want to make the minutes after meeting, and we want to set up the next meeting or something like that. Okay, let's demonstrate. As an example, let's act out a meeting. This is N8, and this is Bubble Noko 2. This is the demo application I made in this hackathon. Sorry. Start meeting, and enter the meeting name. Meeting about business strategy. And I can add participants from this tab. Me, and add John, and Lucas. Okay, let's start meeting. Today we want to talk about business strategy in this meeting, and times are changing rapidly with generative AI. Therefore, it is necessary to rethink the existing business model once again. By the way, where is the business strategy document we made earlier? Oh, sorry. Okay, let's find the business strategy document. Click the Apple Watch shortcut. Please find. Sorry. Please find. Wow. Really?
Try again.
Okay. Try again. Just me. Try again. Wow. Click the shortcut. The pop-up is launched automatically. Why?
Switching driving.
Do you need a meeting?
Sorry. Last chance.
Do you need a meeting name all the time?
Okay, let's start meeting. And click the shortcut.
Maybe you need to
Alright.
download the Apple Watch app.
These apps aren't very friendly for non-English.
Hello. Let's start meeting. Hello. Why?
Wow. 30 more seconds.
Hello. Okay. Please find the document about our business strategy. Searching Google Drive and Google Drive. In the background, I'm clicking answer.
Production debugging.
Whoa!
Just teasing you.
Maybe it's working well. Why?
Program has personality.
We do have to move on.
Maybe it's working.
Congratulations. Heroic. Hey, that was Kazuki with the real-time meeting assistant. Up next, we have Vikram with Craft. Next.
Also, shout out for sponsors contributing to the hackathon.
Yes.
So this is a new slides tool. Oh wow. This is not the slides tool I'm using. So this is a very tricky slides tool that took me more than my entire app to do. So let's share. There we go.
Whoa.
I know, it's automatic, but this is not the tool I'm presenting. So any guesses on this, what this number is? Good, no hallucinations around here. So that number is the number of times my agents ignored my instructions and just went on a rampage. So let's see if mere mortals fare better. And okay, so what I was going to do is over here, I would have said agents. Every time I say agents, you would have chanted like Spartans, like whoa, whoa. But I don't want Jeremy to ban me from AGI House ever again because he literally puts food on my plate. So let's not do that, okay? No chanting. So how many of you have a newsletter? Nice, nice. I would have asked you how hard it is to get new users to read your old content, but if I had more than 5 minutes, unfortunately I don't. So I'm going to tell you, whoever joins the newsletter right now will more often than not read your latest news, like whatever letter that you sent, but most likely they would not check out your older content except maybe the top most popular contents. So that's like a really serious problem because say you had like 200 articles written on Medium, but then the person is only checking out maybe at your like 190th, even though you have like a treasure of knowledge, that person would not read because it's humans. They have limited time, limited attention span, all that. We have our flaws. So imagine our favorite person. This person over here is that person over there, Jeremy Nixon, created a newsletter, right? And also imagine our second favorite person, the CTO of Restack, only because he called my code ugly in a 7-hour hack. Some people can attest to this. Replied back to this email with a question. And the question is, it could be a million things because I've read on Jeremy's LinkedIn that he generates books in real time. So let's say Philip asked about his latest book. What's going on? What are you looking at? What are you reading on? And Jeremy is a busy person, right? We can all attest to that. He runs these amazing hackathons. So what if Jeremy can reply back with a personalized reply along with whatever other books that he has generated in a span of like 2 years? Because it's not the only book, that the latest book that is important, but also all the other stuff that is relevant to Philip. So that is what I built, and the demo is going to start now.
It's very much like Omni. Crazy. Yeah.
So let's say Jeremy does a guide to SF. Like he's a travel blogger, and he sent, this is a newsletter, imagine that. And he sent this email. So I am a user right now, and I would ask, give me tips on around Golden Gate Bridge. So I send this email, and we will wait You wait until we get a response back. So please don't look at my email. Close your eyes. And we shall wait. We shall wait. Okay, we shall not wait any longer. I'll send that email right now because sometimes it takes for solid 5-10 minutes. Sorry, not this. There we go. So this is I'll explain what this is, and this will trigger the email. So let's go back. There we go. So this is the response that Jeremy would have sent if I had said Golden Gate Bridge. So what happens over here? I asked a very personalized question, which is like, I want tips around Golden Gate Bridge. And this person would, based on whatever travel blogging that he has written previously, this is not random. I mean, this is random, but this is based on previously generated content. So this would be a very, this is a way to build relationships with your news readers and all that stuff. So it's a really cool thing. Trust me. So going back. So why, right? And I already explained, increase engagement. Your users are more likely to stay loyal. Enhanced visibility. So your older content gets resurfaced and you get paid more because Medium pays you according to the number of articles people read. And this is a thing that I recently thought of, which is, imagine if I am also a travel blogger and Jeremy did not write about Golden Gate Bridge. I wrote about Golden Gate Bridge. He can enable a setting that lets other users, other content creators, to send other content creators to the user so that I get more enhanced visibility as well. And he can get paid by the number of people that get recommended my content, so that there's more like organic increase in engagement instead of like a main centralized. I'm gonna go Web3 rant right now, but let's basically instead of centralized place, just recommending you whatever stuff that it thinks you would like. And successful strategy, please forget that one for now. So what else can you do? Really personalize the content and increase exposure, as I just mentioned. But what other stuff, right? Go on YouTube, right? If you go on YouTube, say some random YouTuber, not random, but your favorite YouTuber, go onto that person's page. Most likely, you would only look at most popular and most recommended, even if he has like 100 different videos. So what this does is recommend that person's most relevant video to you because you like that user. And I don't think anything exists right now. Another thing is Praxis, which I built. So what this is, it unlocks hidden opportunities, emerging startups, but what that means is it basically recommends you startups that got recently funded and most likely are going to go on a hiring spree. And what right now happens is that, what right now happens is the user has to go on top of this page and search through the entire thing, which is not a good way to do this. And the better way to do this is, I would give 5 companies to the user that I think personally is the best fit for him, and he can reply back saying, this company is not a good fit for me because I'm in pharma, and I would take that data again and send them relevant companies. So it's super personalized to the user. So this can already be integrated into YouTube, Praxis, newsletters. So 3 major things. And yeah. So yeah, YouTube, like I said. I should really follow my slides. And this is random generated stuff. Again, more random generated stuff. And more random generated stuff. Come on.
30 seconds.
Yeah, next slide. Yeah, so how did I build this, right? Right now is the time you say damn, but let's move on. So yeah, using Restack, Compose.io, which is really useful because Compose.io integrates with tools like Gmail. That's what I use to send and receive emails, especially if you want to get like specific emails, even on threads, like based on a thread, I want a specific email. Compose.io helps you do that. It also integrates with Zapier and a million other tools, so it's very useful. And Restack, of course, absolutely amazing. Next sheets. Yeah, so cool video of me walking away. And yeah, so let's revolutionize newsletters that can integrate with any platform. Thank you. Questions?
So will you clean your code and make it open source?
I'll consider it, yeah.
Okay.
I'll consider it. Yeah.
So when you say you support newsletters, do you just support Substack or is it anything?
For now, it's only Substack because
Do you use their like API or something?
Zapier, Composer had integrations with like Zapier and all that stuff, but I have to look into other newsletter tools. But yeah, thank you for the question.
I mean, you can just like web scrape it too, right?
That is also true, honestly. Yeah. Any other questions?
Could you even, in theory, just create a shitload of newsletter and make a page where you can ask Jeremy
Yeah, absolutely.
questions without even ask his permission, right?
Agents, right? AI. But yeah, any other questions? Thank you for the questions, really. I think that concludes my presentation. Oh, any investors? All right, thank you.
Okay.
That was correct. Up next, I'm sure you love Cursor and Copilot, a fantastic code generation experience.
Do you have Cursor on your machine? Anybody has Cursor on their machine that want to be? I want a volunteer.
I'm down if you got a charger. My computer's almost dead.
There should be one sitting right here. Yeah, there's one right there.
Just open a new folder, brand new on Cursor.
Yeah, I didn't quite finish the intro, but yep, use Restack to create a production-ready code generation process. Let's hear it for Philippe.
Yes, so basically I wanted to hack today, but I didn't have any time because everybody's asking me a lot of questions and I spent too much time talking to a lot of people. And a lot of questions that I had was like, hey, I would love to use Restack, but I have no time today to learn a new language or framework. Or do you have like examples that I can copy paste? And then I was thinking, actually what would be really cool is you open Cursor, right? And then you just say, hey, I want a workflow built with Restack. So that's true for if you make a new framework or if you make any tool for developers and they need to code with your framework, the AI doesn't know how, it knows how to code Python, but it doesn't know how to code with a new framework. So how do you teach Cursor or a new AI a new framework, right? So I thought, so if you open, do you have a link to today's spreadsheets? Or you use Windsurf?
Oh yeah, I've just been playing with Windsurf.
Do you have Cursor?
Yeah.
Cool.
So open a folder.
Or new folder, or make something brand new. And then 72 days spreadsheet, I put a link. So it's deployed in production, right?
I don't have the spreadsheet handy. I kind of.
Can you go to GitHub? I'll show you.
Yeah.
GitHub Restack.io. Then you click on examples Python. Then you scroll all the way down. Go up in the files. See? Up, go up. There is that copilot.txt, you see?
Yeah.
So you take that link above, you go to Cursor. So that's Windsurf.
Sorry,
You go to Cursor.
I just changed my
the
the hotkey that I had that opened.
Do you like it better?
I literally just started trying it today. It seems to have better workflows, but write worse code.
I see.
That's my tiny loss from trying for a few hours.
I just discovered that you can add docs. So if you open Cursor on the side, like Composer or like just Cursor, and you do add docs, and then you do add new doc, and then you paste exactly that thing, and code it like Restack, for example. So now you can do add Restack, and you say, create me a workflow with first step, talk to OpenAI, second step, send an email, for example. Or whatever you want, right? And then it knows, okay, in Python, you see from restackai.workflow import function, so OpenAI or GPT or Claude 3.5 it doesn't know any of that because I just shipped that framework. So it doesn't have any knowledge, right? But now it does. And it writes all the functions, and it writes the schedule workflow, everything. And it's really, really good. You have to trust me that you can generate immediately all the code. And I find it pretty cool.
Yeah, so now I can put in at restack again, because it saved that last time.
Yes, so it's really...
Yeah, so I don't have to remember the link.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then anytime you need to say, oh, actually, how do I add another function or whatever. So I can show you how I built it. Very good.
Wow.
Let's go.
April 18th.
So then you get all the, you need to code because Restack is for software engineers. You get all the benefits of Restack, but without having to spend a shitload of time figuring out how to code with Restack.
Wow.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, you have to trust me to, but I know my code, so I know this is correct, which I find amazing. Yeah, this makes complete sense. It's perfect. And so, can you go on GitHub? I'll show people how I did it. So,
Every software
if you go back to the, so what I did, can you scroll down on the folder, like copilot.sh. So this is what I shipped today, a bash file that reads all my examples, right? And then put all the examples code back to back in a text, right? Plus, I added a top thing that is this is the structure of a Restack thing. And with only this, it's already really good, which I found super impressive. And so now it's public on GitHub, so anybody that uses that URL can just ship Restack stuff with all.
Very cool. So, I mean, one natural reaction is that if you develop a new library, which the LLMs do not know how to use, you have to publish llm.txt, which every model provider knows how to search for.
Yes.
Which gives the library prompt to the model. And every developer sets that up so that it's really high quality and functional.
Exactly.
So that the developers can use their stuff out of the box.
Yeah.
Even if the provider, OpenAI, Anthropic, has not yet scraped their repository and also has not scraped all the project code because it doesn't exist, because it's a brand new tool.
Exactly. And then next step, the good thing would be like to integrate also not proper code, but also like failures, all the problems, the resolution. Like, there is a lot of room for improvement, but I think that every developer that is shipping a new library would want to say, hey, just add this to Copilot or Cursor. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
I'm curious too what it would take for Cursor's preempting to actually notice that it needs that file. Like once you've added it to the doc,
yes.
Add it to the thing. Like Cursor is like intelligently figuring out which context it needs to include.
Yes.
So you might not even need to have mentioned after a bit.
Very, very creative. Okay. Finally, last but not least, Chandan Maruti has created an AI agent that can decide what context and tools are worth using before it tries to answer your question. Let's hear it for the Agentic Customer Support product.
And thank you for appreciate that. Slava. Thank you for Slava for actually doing it. I didn't bring my laptop. This is interesting. Okay, I'll take a minute to just give some context. Oh, cool.
here, it's like your repository. This URL put here, then and create here. Then because
Alright, so Twig is a in production application. We have we've been around for a year now. We have about 25 enterprise customers using our product and few thousand users, and our revenue is a little over $100,000, and we have all these customers who are using it live today. Companies like this, this is one of the customers. We have lots of enterprise customers, but this is one of the customers. If you go there, the bot at the bottom here, that's driven by Twig. So this is a little bit about what Twig is. Today's goal was to ship production applications, and that's what I attempted. So let's see. Okay, so this is Twig. Before Slava gives a demo of it, I'm going to show you the part that got shipped today. So this is the agent hub is where all the tabs go? Okay, yeah. So the agent hub is an agent factory where you can create all these different kinds of agents, and when you go into any of these agents, there's a little. This is the agent creation tool, and under advanced we have this ability now that says that is this an agentic agent or a RAG agent, and all the agents that we have live today are RAG agents, and what got shipped is this ability to make it agentic, and Slava will be demoing the agentic ability. Now, there are two requests we get from customers today. One is when you ask a question, sometimes there is context around those questions that LLMs don't have, so a RAG agent does not have context. What's the day, what's the weather, where are you, all those things. And the second thing is, as you use the product, you're creating a lot of net new content, and can you automatically add it to the knowledge base so the product becomes better every time you use it. Those are the two use cases I tried to tackle. Slava, keep going. So, by the way, just so you know, what you're seeing here is these are all using the Twig agent factory. We create all these different agents. These are the agents you have access to, and when you ask the question, you get your answer, some more information, citations at the bottom, and so on. Would you want to get started with the first question?
I mean, it's Kubernetes. It's about Kubernetes, right?
Yes, yes.
So let's start with something simple. What is Kubernetes? Let's see.
So this particular instance was trained on documents from a company called Signadoc. They're a Kubernetes-based product. Okay, so we have a question, we have some answers. We like it. Now we want to add it to our key.
Okay, so let's be creative. How to save to Kubernetes, whatever that means. Let's see. So what it will do if it doesn't understand the question? Okay.
It'll actually try to answer.
Got it. Okay.
Now, if you want to save it to the KD, you say, save to KD.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay, persistent.
But if you come down a little bit, you see this is
it's trying to mount something. Got it. So it's being creative. The Kubernetes it's something that got funding, right? Periodically. It's organization. So, what?
I don't think it has that.
Where's the next funding? Let's see.
Regular produce.
Oh, yeah.
This is an organization. Someone should pay the salary to someone, right?
Okay, so what's happening? Okay, so what's happening here is some of our customers are financial services customers, and they don't pay out every time. They pay out only on set days of the year. And when they ask the question like, what are the funding dates? You'll see all the funding dates that are there. But here, what it's doing is it's saying, okay, considering today's date, the next funding date is. So these are all the funding dates. Right? So given today's date, given this information, what are the funding dates? And maybe the next one is sometime in December.
How to deploy the hub that is topology aware for AI training. That's always the problem with Kubernetes. I want my workload to be in the same network, physically close. What's your application?
I have no idea, but yeah.
It's not affinity.
Okay.
Do you also go on the internet or only on the documentation of that customer?
So within the agent setup, it has the ability to fall back on open internet if it doesn't have information within RAG. So it's a combination.
And you would have a source of internet.
Right.
Can you ask it how to deploy Airbyte on Kubernetes?
I think you should say, ideally you should say no.
Airbyte on Kubernetes, yes.
That's not so.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you scroll down and see the
Let's look at the
source?
source.
Oh.
It's getting some of this. One thing I've noticed though, GPT-4o, although you tell it not to go outside the context, doesn't care. So.
Yeah, it always goes.
The other thing let's try is save this to KV. Save to KV.
The last one.
Yeah, the last one. Yeah.
So.
Where was the save? Save to.
No, it doesn't matter. Just type in
Oh.
save to KV. Yeah.
Just KB.
Yeah, KV. Yeah, there's a knowledge base. Enter. So again, it's looking at the intent, and let's see what it does. Yeah, it says created a new KV article. So if you go down there, or one of the tabs that had the knowledge bases. Just refresh that. Refresh the browser.
Yeah, it's refreshing.
Okay.
Takes time.
Alright, deploying to Kubernetes. So it took that last article that had a good answer, and it created a knowledge base article within the product. So next time when somebody asks a question, it does exactly that. So two things. One is context-aware AI, which uses information not in RAG, and the second one is to be able to make functional calls. So that's what was built, and this is live and available to all our 25 customers and thousands of users right now.
Very cool. Congratulations.
Oh, wait. Now I can't resist. Can I buy 1,000 in
Yeah. On Kubernetes.
On Kubernetes.
Chandan, I wanted to ask you, what stage was this company at your first AGI hackathon, AGI House? Because I remember you won our hackathon 2 years ago.
Yes.
Right? How old was the company then?
So it was, we had not deployed it. I think we had just won a Hacker News. We were featured on the front page of Hacker News, and then we launched a few months after that.
Cool.
Yeah, so we literally launched on at AGI House.
That's cool. Yeah. Nice, you've come a long way. That's great.
Okay, that was all of the projects, the AI Agents in Production Hackathon. Let's hear it for all of you. Congratulations. I'll get Kyle Morris to step forward and give a brief thank you. So first of all, Kyle is the reason this event existed. So thank him for all of these projects. And he brought the folk from SoftBank in to sponsor. So much thanks to Kyle and SoftBank. Thank you guys.
I think what I learned at this hackathon, so I've done probably a couple dozen now out of the house, and this was definitely one of the most challenging. I think the cool thing was that having the bar of a production system, I think led to feeling some pain points that I wouldn't have felt if I was trying to make a demo. Like when you're trying to make a demo, you don't care about some of these things, but today I just feel like the stuff that was making me say like, God damn it, like, duh, was completely different than normal. And it was like more irritating because I was stuck on like really trivial, but like probably those really trivial but completely blocking things from a working system are probably billion-dollar companies waiting to happen. So I would encourage others, if you have similar pain points you hit, to like document those and share them in the Slack. That's how a lot of the, like we have multiple billion-dollar companies that have started in these hackathons. So yeah, you never know. So thanks for coming.
Okay, so our judges have rendered their verdicts.
Drum roll? Is it drum roll time?
See how much believe.
I should use it.
Yeah. I thought you did because you.
I tried, but like I don't know how to make the workflow or the voice.
Yeah, because I didn't.
You have already Copilot. I created it.
I shipped it half an hour ago.
Next time, I think Empire is possible to get it applied. But because there's no Copilot. I tried to read the document, but too much document. But now it's I read the document. No, skip the document. Skip the document. Just see the using the Copilot. Just it. Oh my gosh.